Hey, Tally, how's it going?
Recording in progress.
How are you?
Doing well. All right, guys, this is the Scrum for Tally. So please ask your questions in English. Please use the Zoom hand raise feature and we will call on you. Wait, we have Eugene from Upcomer.
Hi, Tali. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for accepting doing this Scrum with us. I just want commiserations on the loss to LNG. I just want your thoughts a little bit on what do you think about the world's meta currently? Because a lot of people are saying that the new changes are very weird. So as a mid laner, what do you think?
I would say that I'm really excited about how the world's meta has been going. So I think it's very, very flexible and it's chaotic. I think that it's not really teams have to conform to a certain play style and you can shine on whatever you think is good. I think that you'll just see a lot of teams playing what they believe is good and they're most comfortable on, and instead of just a couple of champions that will just dominate the meta.
Thank you very much.
Michael Kelly.
Hi, thank you very much. Tally, after a pretty wild season, one that saw you bounce from Worlds last year over to North America and now back to Oceania for this year's edition of Worlds, what has your experience been like? How would you describe the last 365 days in between your Worlds appearances?
I mean, I would say it's definitely one of a kind. I can't really think of any other player who's gone from like Worlds to Academy back to the region they started in and ended up at Worlds again. I think that I'm just really happy that when I came back to OS that I was able to have a shot at Worlds, because I wouldn't be playing in OS if I didn't think that Worlds was achievable. Because like just going international is my dream as a player. I'm just really happy that I am constantly given the opportunity to prove myself. Like, even though I can just come in the middle of the split and do whatever I want, I'm just glad that I was given the shot again.
Pedro.
Hello. Coming into this competition, you guys experienced a major roadblock as your top laner, Appy, had to not travel to Iceland, and so the team signed Vizicsacsi for this competition. And so, what has it been like working with them? What were some of the challenges that you experienced with Vizicsacsi, and yeah.
I would say the challenges that we've faced so far is that Chachi and Appy have very different playstyles. Like Appy was a very carry player, and my pool was very like, I would enhance him as a player and make him shine. So like swapping over to Chachi is definitely a change. Like I've had to play a lot more carries because he tends to play more tanks than a supporter player. But I think like getting to play with him and work with him is like, I'm learning a lot because he's a very experienced and talented player. And he just teaches us stuff every day, and I'm really glad that he was an option for us.
Vitor.
Hello, Tali. Vitor Intro from Esports Brazil. So this group is very hard for minor region teams, just like Peace, Red Canids, and Infinity, since you have to face the 4th seed from LCK and LPL. So here in Brazil, we are seeing like the key matches for Red Canids are against Infinity and Peace. How do you guys see this situation? Do you agree with this view? You have a similar view?
I would definitely say like the wildcard regions in this group are definitely like the key matchups. I think that LNG and Hanwha are definitely like the top dogs of the group. But like I was really glad to be put into this group personally, because I think that they're like, even though it's really hard to beat them, like I was glad that the challenge was presented, because if we can prove ourselves, like that is something that will always be remembered. And I think that the way the bracket works, that if we perform as expected, then we get to verse the other side of the bracket in a best of 5, which is also something that we're comfortable doing. So like I think the way that the bracket works is favorably for us.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Alejandro.
Hello.
Looking forward at
Yeah.
what is next. Yeah. Looking forward at what is next for Peace. What do you think about the level seeding practices and today on stage about your opponents? Infinity, Red Canids, and Hanwha.
This is definitely a step up from anything I've experienced this year. I like getting to verse all the best players from their respective regions is like you learn a lot very, very fast. And if you're unable to adapt, then you will be pretty much just bullied in the tournament. So I hope that as a team, we're able to just absorb everything from all the teams, especially like even the wildcard regions. I think that everyone has very distinct play styles. So being able to absorb what they do and bring it into your own play style is something that we need to do well if we want to succeed.
Thank you.
China Gap.
Hello. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a bit in general about your experience in Worlds this year, since you have also been here before, with the changes in the in the structure of the tournament, right, taking place in Iceland, and also as well with I feel this year there's also been much more community support for oceanic teams, both in MSI and these Worlds. So yeah, how are you feeling these Worlds compared to the previous ones?
Yeah, I think the support is definitely insane. I think that most of the regions feel bad for us because they saw that our region was abolished and it didn't exist anymore. And the fact that we were able to do so well, MSI made like everyone just likes cheering for an underdog pretty much. And like compared to last year, the support that I'm having right now is just crazy. Like everyone is so nice and supportive, and they just hope to see us succeed because, like I don't know, just seeing an underdog do well is always really cool. So I'm just like I'm happy to be able to travel to a place like Iceland, which is somewhere I never thought I'd go in my life and play the game I love.
Adele.
Adele from Jackson here. So there's something else beyond just you going Worlds to Academy to Worlds. There's also the reunion with Babip, who had something kind of similar. Like you both had quite the ride of the last 365 days. And I'm curious how that changed how you interact together, both on and off the Rift.
I would say so. When I found out the news that I was getting benched from Academy, I was extremely upset. But I'm being honest, I found out straight away as well that the same thing was happening to Fabib, and it actually made me really happy because I knew that what I wanted to do straight away was go back to OS and have a shot at Worlds. And like I think the two of us have really bonded over the fact that we went from like the very bottom of the barrel in the middle of the year to now like representing our region at Worlds. And I'm happy I was able to do it with them.
Final question, Eugene.
Hi again. Just a rather quick one to end it. You mentioned, having the privilege to come to Iceland and to be able to play against all these amazing players. Could you tell us a little bit, maybe from scrims, who has the player that you've enjoyed facing the most, and who are you looking forward to facing in this tournament?
I would base my experience off last year as well. I really enjoy laying against No Man's. I think he's an extremely underrated player. I really think he's like a very, very talented mid, and he's much better than a wildcard mid. And the player that I've always watched is like obviously Chovy. Like I've said this many times. I think that Chovy he plays like real League of Legends, and everyone needs to really catch up to what he's doing if we want to like improve the game.
Cheers, man. And good luck.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Tally, you are free to go.
Thank you.